Hi everyone, my name is Brittany. I hope everyone's having a good day today. Now, did you know about 1.5 million animals are euthanized every year in the United States? According to Veterinary Medicine 2007, there are 6.3 million animals in shelters every year. And you can save a life by adopting one of these sweet animals instead of buying one from a pet store. When an animal isn't adopted in a certain time frame, they are euthanized because shelters are limited in their resources. It's also less expensive when you adopt an animal rather than purchase one. We all know the expensive cost of buying a puppy from a pet store. When you adopt an animal, you are fighting against puppy mills. Adopting can help control the stray population, and you will be helping your community. It lightens the load on animal shelters, and it teaches compassion to others. I adopted my 2-year-old cat, Jasmine. She was in our woods eating a dead rat and covered in dirt and mud. I felt so bad for her and knew someone had abandoned her. Let me go get her for you real quick. This is her, and she is so sweet and loving. Okay. How could someone do that? Dump a defenseless animal on the side of the road. The sad truth is, this is the reality for many dogs and cats in America. Now, I want to begin my speech by explaining why animals are euthanized in the U.S. Animal shelters have a 72-hour rule. If an animal isn't adopted or claimed by their owner, they can be euthanized. Many animals who are put down are happy and healthy. They would do great in another family's home. According to Petful.com 2022, 36% of pets who enter shelters are euthanized every year. This is due to overpopulation, illness, or aggression. The main reasons why people surrender their pet, the high cost of raising an animal. Most of the animals in shelters already have good manners. This is a plus. They are already potty trained and have lived with other families. So they are used to people. It is expensive to care for animals, and shelters mainly receive their money from online donations, grants, and event fundraisers. Annually, the cost is between $500,000 and $800,000. Adopting an animal helps your community. It teaches compassion to others, and you can also help stop overpopulation. It's a lot cheaper and vaccinated. So you can spend as little as $50 for a pet. According to Veterinary Medicine 2020, 65 million animals enter animal shelters every year in the U.S., and 1.5 million are euthanized. They are euthanized because they have nowhere to go, and shelters need the space. Animal shelters follow the 72-hour rule, as I told you, which is so devastating. Now, this is what happens when animals are left unadopted in shelters. This is the sad truth. Next, I want to talk about the devastating effects puppy. If you are buying a pet online from a pet store or the flea market, you are most likely buying from a puppy mill. Animals from puppy mills are usually malnourished in small cages and treated very poorly. Their lives are spent in small cages made of wood and wire that are attached down to a tree all day in the hot sun. The moms spend their whole lives having babies. And when they can't have puppies anymore, they are most likely killed or auctioned off. According to Humane Society 2022, there are 10,000 puppy mills in the US, and 500,000 dogs a year are kept in puppy mills for breeding. 2.6 million dogs a year are sold from a puppy mill. You can stop this by buying a cat or a dog from an animal shelter. If you do decide to buy from a breeder, make sure they show you the mom and her living conditions. The animals have no veterinary care or socialization. Mothers and their litters suffer from malnutrition, and they have to sit and sleep in their own pee and poo. They suffer from starvation, and they pace back and forth in their cages, which makes them go insane. Even when mothers and their litters are sick, they don't get any medical care at all. They have no bedding or protection from the heat or cold. A lot of them have crusty, oozing eyes, nasty ear infections, mange, and abscessed feet from the wire cages. Puppy mills equal animal abuse, and Americans need to wake up and realize this. If stores would stop selling puppies, there would be no need for puppy mills. And if people stop buying from these stores, there would be no need for them. We can make the change happen. So say no to buying and adopt your next pet. Now, the last reason why it's important to adopt rather than buy is because there are 70 animals you are adopting and the one of the animal who will move into the shelter next. Shelters are overcrowded and they typically house between 30 to 50 animals every day. They have limited resources and only a certain amount of animals can be there at a time. It's expensive to care for these animals. Annually, the cost is between $500,000 and $800,000 every year. Adopting a stray animal helps your community. It lightens the load on animal shelters, and it teaches compassion to others. You also save a lot of money when you adopt. Your money then goes to the shelter that will use it to feed and house more dogs and cats. You will feel proud knowing you've helped others. Now, did you know dogs and cats can make you healthier? Animals can help you with your daily outlook on life. They can help you exercise by playing fetch, walking, and running. They can help your mental health too. When you have a pet to care for, it makes you feel wanted and needed. And this is great for your mental health. Now, in conclusion, adopting an animal can change your life and an animal's life for the better. You can give an animal who was abandoned and neglected a loving home. You can save them from being euthanized. You can help shut down puppy mills, and you can combat the stray animal population. I found my amazing cats, and you can find yours too at an animal shelter. There are many animals to choose from, and I guarantee you will find one that you will fall in love with. Thank you. Have a great day.